Hello everybody and welcome back to Sport Conversations. I'm Solanima.
And my name is Zathos.
And we don't really have a really central topic to talk about today. We thought about it and...
Since most of the time we're just like, let's talk about this and let's talk about that. This month has been... Excuse me, I went through puberty for a moment. This month has been pretty, dead.
Pretty dry in terms of interesting things to talk about.
Yeah. At least relative to our interests.
I mean,
Go came out recently and Corey's been playing the hell out of that.
Well, sort of. I haven't been going on my way because I have to walk to class every day anyway.
Corey's been walking the hell out of that.
It's a good exercise, though I'm not enjoying the summer heat.
I live down... Never mind.
I know, I'm just saying I've gone from like
You know what's fantastic is that yesterday it was 115 degrees in town.
That's fun. I'm sure it's been nowhere near that hot up here, but the direct sunlight, like no clouds or anything, plus the walking for about 15 minutes both ways each day. It's roughly 15 minutes, maybe a little more than that. Anyways,
come here.
They can't see Quincy.
Yeah, sorry, Quincy got spooked, and then, I don't know why.
Oh.
It's okay, good point.
So anyways, yeah, I mean, Pokemon Go, there's also they officially announced they officially nominated the presidential candidates, Hillary and Trump. Kind of a nightmare situation, but I don't want to talk about politics today, I really don't.
So let's talk about politics.
No. Yeah, so...
Corey, did you hear that in Japan there's a nationally appointed population increase, like a guy whose job it is to help increase the population of Japan?
How so?
Like get the birth rates on the rise.
How to do that?
His first step is that he's been talking about sex ed. Like he's trying to instate sexual education into the the high school curriculum.
I thought I kind of thought it was a worldwide thing, but I guess
that's mostly an us thing.
Mostly an American thing.
It's us, and I think they have it in the UK. I'm not entirely sure. I can't speak for Australia personally.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain they don't have that in the Middle East, but you know,
we don't know. We don't live there.
Anything's possible. But
go to school there.
Yeah, so he's trying to install sexual education for high schoolers to kind of help explain to them what the fuck sex is, because like I don't know about you guys, but. Whenever you watch one of those animus, and there's a character, the very general like premise of sex kind of comes up for that character. Like even if it's a male character, he gets all blushy and completely jumps out of his normal character. And
yeah,
I don't know about you, but that's really fucking annoying for me. Like I feel like that's a cultural thing, but
yeah.
like you know when you know those things that you see whenever like a girl's skirt flies up and you see her panties and the guy just has this huge nosebleed. I'm just like, what the fuck? That was always super weird for me, like as a kid. I think I saw that like in Dragon Ball Z when that, or specifically I think it was Dragon Ball, and it happened with Master Roshi, and I was just like, oh, the old man's got some crazy nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't connect the dots, and now that I'm older, I realize that you know, there are some dots to be connected there. I just don't understand why they're connected. I never understood that, and I always thought that was really stupid.
Well, it's a cultural thing, so...
Yeah, I mean,
we
have a cultural thing. We have a cultural thing where we deep fry butter. Doesn't mean it's smart.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's more of a cultural trend than an actual something deep set in our culture.
I wouldn't exactly say getting crazy nosebleeds is deep set into Japanese culture.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, I don't know, I guess part is because I actually took some Japanese courses, you know, in language, and also because I've just been interested in the culture since for a while now. I don't know how long, but... Okay,
me as well, but I mean, like, is there like a Japanese word that like connects nosebleed to like a pun or something?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm just saying that, I mean, in general, I feel like I'm a somewhat open-minded person. Like
Go on.
Go on. No, you have something to say. Go ahead. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
Sorry, it's just that you know, you have your background in religion, which is perfectly, you know, open-minded.
Okay.
You're like, we're
first off,
this road.
no, we'll go down this road. I'm fine with this.
Okay, sure, let's do this. You
Just
didn't want to talk about politics, but apparently religion's on the table.
All we need to do is talk about the Great Pumpkin and we'll be set. No, I'm not going to go into, like, why my religion's right and that. I'm just saying, me personally, yes, it's true that I grew up in a Christian household and kind of learned that stuff, but I never really took it at face value. I've taken like my life experience as a whole, and I've given it a lot of thought. There've been a lot of times where where I not exactly questioned my religion, but thought about. It's hard to explain, but basically, I'm not just like blindly indoctrinated. I've given it some thought, and I genuinely believe what I believe.
You know who would say something like that? Somebody who's been indoctrinated.
Really?
Yes. They would also probably speak in hive mind, but you're not quite there yet.
Anyway.
Speaking of hive mind, let's talk about how cool the Zerg is.
Maybe later. I want to finish what I was saying.
Sure, I forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, we were talking about sex ed.
Sort of. We moved on from that point, I think.
Just a smidge.
I think that's always fun to do. Is like we talk for a while, and then we're like, how do we get on this topic? And we like follow the rabbit trail back to where we started. We used to do that all the time.
I prefer to think of it as like a locomotive, like a train.
Yeah.
Like have you ever, I don't know, like have you ever ridden on a train before?
Yeah.
A lot of times, like unless it's like a themed train, a lot of times one cart can wildly different from the next cart.
Yeah.
Like if you see like a train passing by, you'll see like 2 carts of like coal, and then 2 carts full of logs, and then 2 carts full of you don't know, and then like a bunch of other stuff, and you're just like, yeah, this train's carrying a lot of shit.
Yeah. But I think I'm echoing a little bit.
That's fine.
Am I still? Yeah, I'm still echoing a little bit. Do you think you'd try to fix that?
No, probably not. I really can't think of a way to fix that.
Okay.
Not at all, unless I just turn you down, I suppose.
That might work.
But don't you want to echo? I thought you loved hearing yourself.
No, I don't.
That's why you always talk so much. You just love hearing yourself talk.
Look who's talking.
Yeah, I am talking right now.
Mr. Dominate all the conversations.
I am talking right now. You should really let me finish, Mr. I'm going to just talk over everybody. Are you echoing?
Am I? No, not anymore.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm not even sure where we completely derailed there.
It's okay, I'm good at that.
I tend to do that sometimes. Usually sometimes What? Okay, but seriously though,
Oh, TwitchCon is happening on August 7th.
Would you stop browsing?
I didn't mean to keep browsing. I was just trying to fix something.
Okay.
Alright, continue.
No, I said I derailed. I don't know what we were talking about before, so let's move on, I guess.
You consider yourself fairly open-minded?
Yeah, and I don't know where I was going. I knew where I was going with that, but then we derailed, and I don't know
we were
why I was
talking about
that.
Japan, the languages, the nosebleeds.
Oh yeah, I was basically just gonna say I think of myself. I like to think that I'm open-minded. Like when I come across something that is contrary to my opinions or to my thoughts or to what I know, I don't tend to immediately turn it down. I tend to at least give it some thought. Like try and see it from the whoever's talking to me. I try to see it from their perspective. And then that doesn't mean that I agree with them.
But there are of course exceptions to that.
Yeah, but like anytime I start a debate on Facebook, like inadvertently or whether it's intentional or not, if I say my side on like a controversial issue, usually I'll phrase it in a way that I'm like, please, if you're on the other side of this, genuinely tell me what your argument is so I can understand your side.
It's attack my argument, don't attack me.
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a clear difference between that. And now we're gonna get into fucking the rules of debating. I don't know.
Yeah. That's not really. People should really learn those better. They'd be a lot better at debating.
I took debate when I was in high school. I didn't like it. I didn't like debate class at all.
Yeah.
I really didn't, because it was way too structured. I hated it because it's like you got to start off with this, and then you say this, and then after that is this, which is then followed by this. I was like, I don't want to do that. It sounds like I'm just throwing essays at the other person.
Yeah. Which although I think I would prefer that to the talking heads on the news where everyone's like saying I'm louder, therefore I'm right. I see that way too much. Because my dad likes to watch the news.
Yeah.
And
I'm louder, therefore I'm right.
That's what it feels like saying sometimes. Like I'll just like for a few minutes just kind of watch over his shoulder, or depending on where he's watching TV.
Yeah.
And nowadays usually watches it in his room, so I usually don't see him watching that much. But
anyways, yeah.
Anyways, I'd like listen to him watching TV, and I'd just be listening. Like I can't hear any of your points because you're all shouting. like one person's trying to finish their point. Like we even saw some of that, like some of the clips you showed me where
like it's
people
like
like
Yiannopoulos, Ben Shapiro.
yeah, like they're talking to someone on the news, and the news person or the person they're debating with keeps talking over them.
Ryan
It's like
Chowder? I can't remember Chowder's name. I just remember that like it's like he has like a really catchy thing with his stuff. By the way, in case anybody listen to this that doesn't fully understand our stance when it comes to these things, we're pretty heavy as like anti SJWs.
Yeah.
I
kind of lean conservative, but I'm not 100% on that side. Like in most areas.
I personally believe that everyone is responsible for their own actions, and absolutely no pre-existing circumstances will give you an excuse for doing a horrible crime.
Yeah.
You know, like murdering somebody. If you murder somebody, you can't be like, oh, it's not my fault. I was raised in a depressive society. Sweetheart, you were born in Chicago, in America, that has like the buses run.
Yeah, I'm of the persuasion where I mostly agree with you. I feel like, though at the same time, I feel like there is some merit to the fact that it's still their fault, but there is something to think about. Like, if they actually did come from a background that might have ruined, like, if how do I explain this? Like, if you're raised a certain way as a child to, like, if your father raised you to like objectify women, for example, like to an extreme.
Not value human life.
Yeah, things like that, then of course having a lack of a good upbringing will contribute to that. But that doesn't mean that you're not responsible for your actions.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just means that something in the system is broken and needs to be fixed.
Well, I mean, like,
so it's like,
how would you fix a father, raising his child like that? Like,
I'm not really sure. Like that's like a more small scale issue. I guess I just feel like if there's a pattern of something like that, a pattern of like a certain demographic raising the kids a certain way that leads to certain action, and those kids raise their kids the same way. Maybe there's something that can be done to fix that, but you should still hold people accountable for their actions.
But I feel like things like that get weeded out. Like unless an entire community is on board with that sense of upbringing, then like something like that will get weeded out.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if you see a kid torturing a small animal, people are probably going to tell the kid to not do that.
Yeah.
And that's always like perfectly okay with me. Which is like, I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm probably gonna have a little bit of flack for this from the two people who watch this, but this is one of the reasons why it is I'm really super like anti-gangster rap. And I say this specifically because...
I don't like because I don't like the music itself, but...
Sometimes rap can be good. Sometimes rap can be really, really good. It's sometimes it has this really natural kind of flow to it and whatnot.
Yeah, occasionally.
And when you dissect the lyrics, sometimes they have a really good message with it and whatnot. Like for instance, a few songs by Eminem, like in his like later years, not like when he was first starting off. His first starting off songs were kind of shit. But as he got out, it was talking about how he was going to stop focusing on his career as much and start focusing more on being a father and taking care of his girl and like his daughter. And then it kind of moved on from him where he's he's got his daughter now. Now he needs to focus on like trying to keep a stable family and whatnot for his daughter.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And it's pretty interesting. It's good music. It's really solidly good music. It's like it's got a good message with it. It's got a good beat with it, and it's got good lyrics. Okay. It's shit like Lil Wayne that I have a problem with. And I'm not saying this to be like a grandpa or anything like that, but like my sister, she's a huge fan of Lil Wayne, or she calls him like Wheezy or something like that, and she fucking loves him and whatnot. And I was just like, oh, okay, well if my sister really likes it, like there might be something here, because I remember when she was younger, she fucking loved like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and Britney Spears and all that stuff because they were huge when we were kids.
Yeah, they were.
And to be fair, like some of their songs are still like catchy as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I go to listen to a few Lil Wayne songs, and a lot of them are just gross.
Yeah.
like I don't wanna sound like an old lady with like a fucking stuffed like a fox like handkerchief around her, going like, "Oh my, how barbaric," something like that. But like the lyrics are just disgusting. It's a guy talking about how like just treating women like objects, telling them that the only thing that they're good for is satisfying his sexual desires, and then after that they're worth nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so this guy's pretty unpopular, right? And then I fucking look him up, and he's like one of the most popular rappers in the industry. I was like, what? Why?
Yeah, it's like I really don't get rap. Like like you said before, there are some really good songs by certain artists. Like there are always exceptions to the rules. I feel like in general I don't like rap and dubstep, but there are exceptions to those rules.
For instance, you and I both enjoyed the song "Remember the Name" by Fort Minor.
I enjoy parts of it, but yeah.
Which is rap. Like the whole thing is rap, but it's not the gangster fuck kill crackers, fuck the police and fuck bitches.
Yeah, I mean
it's more like hey, like this is the group, the band Fort Minor, singing about the other members of Fort Minor and how good they are in terms of like their rap game and things like that. And some of it is actually really, really cool.
Yeah, I've heard something. Yeah, but in terms of like the, it was really like, I guess for lack of better terms, really dirty lyrics. I once heard someone, I can't remember who it was or what context it was, but I once heard someone say that music has the power to open a person's soul, and then the lyrics can pour right in. So even if you don't genuinely believe what the people are saying in their songs, you keep hearing it like more of these songs, and it's. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like indoctrination, but I could see it over time altering your perceptions without you even realizing it. Like the whole boiling a frog story.
It's just, I never understood it, and
what I really understand is I don't know the name of the song, but I hear it in like in some of Children's older videos, Hearthstone highlights.
Oh, where it just constantly repeats that pop dat, that one.
Maybe.
I guess I take it you just don't listen to the song.
Well, yeah. As soon as I hear like the first, like this is two other words that's repeating. I don't know if it's the same song or not.
Okay. But anyways.
But referring to like it's two words that refer to the female anatomy.
Yeah, it's pop dad, pussy pop dad. That's the song you're thinking of. I know that's
okay.
It.
I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember the chorus line if that was the same song as what I was thinking of.
I just remember that because it's just repeating over and over again. And yeah, I agree with you that it's stupid, but like it's one of those things where like I just listen to it because I'm like it's gonna be over in a few seconds.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of funny. This is gonna seem kind of weird, but I actually have similar problems with certain worship songs. Would you like me to continue?
This is slightly odd. You're right.
Yeah.
I guess
what I mean
proved wrong.
No.
Go ahead.
What my problem is, I mean, this is just more for like recreational listening, because I listen to a wide variety of music. If you look to my iTunes playlists, they'd be all over the place, like little bits and pieces of different albums and genres all over. I have a little bit of everything.
Playlist, you would see nothing because I don't have one of those.
Yeah. Anyway, sometimes like when I'm visiting home and I'm going to church on Sunday morning and stuff, there are a lot of songs that like my dad as a pastor for a while he leads worship, though recently he actually had his last Sunday leading worship, and he actually hired someone to be in charge of that so that he takes a little bit of the pressure off himself.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, there are a lot of songs that are played, and some he wrote himself, and there are a lot of songs I actually really like listening to.
I think I still have a copy of your dad's album that he gave me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I have not listened to it.
Not really surprised, but
it's just not my cup of tea, and it really isn't. It's
yeah, I get that.
And I'm just like I'll take it to be nice, but I'm not gonna listen to it straight up.
Yeah. Which I can get that. Not everyone likes the kind of music, but
yeah. Some
songs that will play on Sunday morning that I'm not really a fan of. Like I don't immediately just hate it. It's like, oh, this is the worst or anything like that. But it kind of irritates me when a single line is repeated like 10 or 15 times in a row, and I'm like, okay, we get it.
It's like praise Jesus, praise Jesus. It's like, okay, we got 3 down, and it's like fucking 2 hours later. Praise Jesus. You're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Starting to hate Jesus. Starting to think he's a narcissist.
it's not like he wrote the song.
I know, but still.
But yeah. I don't know, I like it.
It's
I mean, it's just a personal thing. I don't hate it. I'm like, come on, be more creative.
I'm pretty 50-50 when it comes to repetition because some songs kind of rely on repetition in order to kind of like nail either their message home or the chorus home. Like
Yeah.
with the chorus, clearly it has to be repeated. My biggest pet peeve is when you rhyme a word with the same word.
Oh, that's annoying.
I'm just like, no.
I mean, it makes sense if it's the same line repeated because the whole line is being repeated, not just. But
I think it was a song Phenomenon from like 1,000 Foot Crutch. I think it was that song where like they rhymed the same word in the very beginning like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I thought it was funny at first. I was like, oh, it's really funny. And then like as I continued to listen to it, I was like, all right, that's stupid.
Yeah, it reminds me of back when Homestar Runner was in its heyday, where a lot of people were watching it and stuff.
Homestar Runner had a heyday?
Yeah, you just weren't a part of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's a point where it was actually really popular. Like, the two guys that did it, they made a living off of the merchandise sales, basically. But anyways, there's a point where it actually released like a joke album, like an album of like 12, 13 songs, something like that. And some of the songs were like from their show and that kind of thing, like inspired by it or actually played in episodes that they did.
Yeah.
But they're like, like they're made to sound like improved or they sound live or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But a couple songs, it felt like they were like, we only have like 6 songs, we need like another 5. And they just kind of threw it together, which is hilarious because that was the entire point, that they were just messing around.
Yeah.
So there's one song where the character Marzipan, who's the only female character in the show, not because they wanted it that way, just because they never got around to making more characters.
Nice.
But that ended up being like a running joke in the show.
What was up with that, like, defense?
I don't know, just like...
He just threw that in there, and I was like, nobody cared.
I don't know.
It's like I see that a lot of times when people go to ask a question that like could be mildly offensive. It's like, look, I was just wondering, and I'm not implying anything by this. And then like they go to ask the question, it's like, what could you have been implying?
Yeah.
Like.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So there's a song that she plays, which sounds like she and I think her husband was the one that did the voices for the show. Because it's like 2 brothers did it. So she was like playing a song, and it sounded like she was just improvising, making it up off the top of her head while playing the guitar. Yeah. And meanwhile, her husband's like or whoever does the voices is either her husband or her brother's, her husband's brother, was like off in the background as Strong Bad, like making commentary on her song. Okay. Like she finished line, he'd just like make fun of her basically the whole time. Okay. There's a point where she started rhyming. She started doing some rhyming, and what was it like? She rhymed fruit with cute. Okay. She's like, oh, fruit and cute. That was a good rhyme. And it's like, then she says cute again. She's like, oh, fruit, cute and cute. You are a master. Lines like that.
You are a master.
And then it kind of goes on, and then eventually he starts singing along with her. And then a third character shows up, Homestar shows up. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing? You guys singing? While they're singing, and then he joins in with them. At the end of the song, he's like, Marzipan, never tell anyone that I sang with you. She's like, okay. And then Homestar, but you can tell if I sang with you. She's like, no thanks. It was just fun. They also...
Okay. Question, real quick. I don't know if you did this, but when I was a kid, I think I explained this to you before. I don't remember if I've done this on the podcast, but when I was a kid, if I watched the movie, I tended to repeat watching the movie over and over and over again.
Yeah, we did talk about this in the podcast. We did talk about it when I was playing I Want to Be the Fan game, and we just had nothing else to talk about.
Okay, yeah. So anyways,
so a lot of people probably haven't heard that.
Everybody go watch that movie. Go watch that episode real quick. Corey will link it.
It was
there.
I won't remember that. I don't even know which episode it was. There's like a series of like 5 or 10 episodes in a row where I was just stuck on an area and it's like, this is really boring. Let me get Zathos in here so we can have some crosstalk.
Anyways,
talked about a lot of stuff and that was fun.
Corey will not link it there. Anyways, so
I just remember the one point. Sorry, I'll let you go on. But I just remember one point where we were talking about something. I can't remember exactly, but we got to the point where like you were asking me if I had an experience where I had that kind of realization that things die.
Yeah.
And you said, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can point pointed out or not, but and you kind of said
we were fighting against the Reaper from Kid Icarus.
we weren't quite there yet. I was still in the area before it. I remember it.
I sort of thought we were fighting. Whatever. Moving on.
But you said something like I have my own, but it still kind of gives me shivers. We're just quiet for about 5 seconds, like, wow, we just got dark. That's why I wasn't really happy.
Anyways, what was I talking about? Repeatedly watching a thing. I also did that with songs a lot, and for me, with that, the first cassette tape I ever owned, and I'm saying this because I'm fucking old, was actually the soundtrack to Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yes, my parents let me watch that.
I remember you telling me in that episode the 3 movies that you watched like on loop. Well, I don't know if Mortal Kombat was one of them. I know you watched that when you were younger, but I don't know if it was a loop.
It was the Romeo and Juliet
by Leonardo DiCaprio.
It was Edward Scissorhands, and what was the last one?
I know those two, and I think you mentioned that you watched Mortal Kombat as well, but I don't know if that was one you watched on loop.
Yeah. Anyways, but
for me it was The Rescuers Down Under.
See, I don't remember much of it because I don't think we ever owned it.
Yeah.
You know
my parents collected all the Disney and Pixar movies.
Do you miss the fucking booklets of like the VHS fucking covers?
Yeah, my parents still have a bunch of those.
Oh my god, I just remembered those. Like I remember sometimes like my weak little 5-year-old hands couldn't open them, so like I had to get like leverage.
Yeah.
And anywho, so like on the cassette tape of Mortal Kombat Annihilation, there was the song Fire, I believe it was called. It was like the second song in it. It was a song that played in Mortal Kombat Annihilation when it was Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero, and then Scorpion shows up. The weird thing is that the song Fire was playing before Scorpion popped in, which I was just like, come on, that's terrible timing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I remember I listened to it a lot, and I thought it was really cool. It was a lot of hype, a lot of high energy in it, which I thought was really cool to my young mind, who couldn't really fully understand the lyrics. And that was also something really great. I love that thing. Oh, and there was also I want to say David Bowie, but I know that's wrong. It's the person who Billy Idol. Billy Idol had a song. I can't remember the name of it, but the chorus of it was "Get Over It," and there's a part in the song where he says they point their crooked little fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, but I couldn't follow it, and I thought he was singing. I thought he was saying that they cook their little fingers.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they're like chicken fingers.
Yeah.
And so every time I heard that, I just had a mental image of like a frying pan full of tiny little fingers.
Yeah.
That was just being like stir fried.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, my point is that I remember when I got a CD specifically because when you had a cassette tape, folks, for those of you that don't know this, in order to get to a song that you wanted to hear, you had to know the exact time that the song started, or at the very least a pretty good guesstimate of that.
Yeah, you had to fast forward or rewind if you were farther into the track.
Couldn't skip from song to song. You just had this one cassette tape that had the entire length of all the song in it, and there was generally a pretty solid few pauses between it. But when CDs came out, and we had like CD players and whatnot, like portable CD players, Walkmans and whatnot. I remember those because if you shook them, the fucking thing couldn't play.
Yeah, I just remember I had one of those for like one of my years, like I think my sophomore year of high school. In my junior year, I got my first iPod, and then they banned them in high school. I'm like, dang it, I just got this thing and now I can't use it.
I love it when they banned it, because like when they banned iPods, but I still had like my CD player.
Yeah. Remember, sometimes I would, like, before class, I'd be there a little early, like 5 minutes before class starts or something, and I'd be sitting with my little portable CD player, and I'd be just listening to a song, and sometimes just like tap the CD player, and it makes the song skip. just to entertain myself, just like, I'd be listening to a song,
But anyways, so the first CD I got was the soundtrack, I suppose, arguably. It was the soundtrack to Pokemon the first movie.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I didn't have that, but a friend of mine did, and I heard a lot of the songs.
Yeah. And I remember that the last song in there, was the song "Brother My Brother," which is basically talking about brotherly love. So I never listened to that song. I hated that song. I thought the song was stupid.
I remember the song from the movie itself, because that's actually another movie I probably watched a lot of.
Yeah, I didn't like the song at all because, like, for me, that song completely ruined the scene. I was like, oh man, a bunch of clones and whatnot. They're all crying and whatnot. They're getting along. That's fantastic. And then singing about brothers. I was just like, no, fuck you.
Actually, I think when that song played, that was the point where all the clones were fighting each other, and specifically when Mew showed up and Mew and Mewtwo were also fighting.
Okay, thank you.
But
you good?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. My point is, my point is that I didn't like the song because when I was that young, me and my brother, we did not get along, like, fucking period, because my brother had this really weird thing where he was trying to, like, maintain some kind of image.
Oh yeah.
And I was having none of that. Like, I thought it was really, really stupid that he was trying to act cool or look cool. I was just like, what's the point? I mean, like, it takes one slip up and everything just comes crashing. Why even put forth the effort?
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt in high school. It's like, how is being cool in high school going to get you a successful career?
And it helps you work on your charisma, I suppose.
Yeah. But charisma alone won't get you hired. It'll help.
But anyways, my point is that there was this Jigglypuff song on it, and I don't remember who sang the Jigglypuff song, but I remember that I listened to that song a lot more than I really should have.
Yeah. Were you the one, I can't refuse, you or someone else on YouTube who talked about how, like, the person said they were sick, and they listened to that song and actually fell asleep to it.
No, I don't think that was me.
Yeah, I must have heard, maybe on Game Grumps, something like...
Could have been me.
Someone was, like, sick, and I remember hearing the story. They were sick, and they had just been given a lot of, like cough medicine, the kind that makes you sleepy.
Yeah, NyQuil and shit.
Yeah, so they're either listening to that song, or maybe they're watching an episode of Pokemon, and they're watching an episode, and as soon as Jigglypuff came on and started singing, they fell asleep. And they woke up and was like, what? It actually worked!
I think it'd be great if they woke up with Sharpie all over their face.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
Good times.
I still remember an episode where Team Rocket, like at the end of the episode, were caught in like an icy cave and they were falling asleep, and Meowth told them, "No, you can't fall asleep here. If you fall asleep now, you might never wake up," because it was really cold.
Yeah.
It's okay. We gotta stay awake, and then Jigglypuff shows up behind them.
See, okay.
No.
Here's the thing that I was thinking, real quick. Okay, so I saw this. I saw this really, really stupid porn, and let me finish, okay?
Okay.
It's this porn where basically it's like according to the premise, it was like this. It was like this Pokemon kind of training thing where like trainers train with their Pokemon like at the same time. So like it's trying to keep the Pokemon healthy and the trainers healthy.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like I would love to like swim side by side with my with my fucking Lapras. How great would that be?
That'd be the best.
Okay, just like Lapras, I bet I can make it to the other side of the pool for you. Fuck it. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn it.
You have a little jet to like strap to your feet. It's like, see, I beat you. Also, crack my head on the side of the wall.
Am I bleeding?
Am I bleeding?
It's like, should we get Abra to help us out with that with Psychic and just like keep pressure on it?
Yeah.
Anyways, so the premise is that
We're
the
not gonna suit you around the house.
The girls' changing room is under construction, so they had to make the men's changing room into like a unisex thing, which happens pretty often. Which apparently happens fairly often in like Europe and stuff like that, where like unisex and whatnot is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they get in there, and then like one thing leads to another, and this scumbag dude trainer is all like, "Hey, I'll trade you a shiny for sex." I was just like, it made me think. I was just like, does that happen? Does that actually happen? Do people trade Pokemon for sexual favors? Like, I had like a legit question about that, and then I was like, is there an underground like?
I believe that's greatly dependent on how rare the Pokemon traded for the favor is, and B, how into Pokemon the recipient is. Like, how badly do they want that, shiny Jirachi?
What? Who wouldn't want a shiny Jirachi?
That'd be awesome.
And then somebody else throws out their normal Jirachi. It's like, how are there two of you?
Yeah. By the way, did you ever, while playing Pokemon as a kid, did you ever catch a shiny?
Uh.
Aside from Red Gyarados?
Yes, Red Gyarados.
Aside from Red Gyarados, I said.
Yes. I got 2 red Gyarados.
No, seriously. Because I know you never played the past second generation.
I did. I got 2 red Gyarados.
Oh, did you catch the event one and then you caught another one?
Yeah, I caught a shiny Magikarp. Okay, so this is what happened specifically. Okay, you go out onto the Gyarados Lake thing.
Yeah, the Lake of Rage.
Yeah, the Lake of Rage, and you catch the shiny Gyarados, and I was like, cool. So I caught the shiny Gyarados, and then eventually I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna I'll just fish here and see what else I can find. I go to fish, and then fucking Magikarp comes in and it does the shiny animation. I was just like, oh, does everything in this lake do this?
Yeah.
So I caught the Magikarp, and I was just like, what else? And I do it, and they never did it again. I was just like, well, that was weird.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of didn't think anything about it, and I ended up training a shiny Magikarp without realizing that it was shiny. And then eventually I just deleted my save file and started a new one.
Yeah. I've never been lucky with... that's kind of an unfortunate one, because if it evolves to Gyarados eventually, you have a red Gyarados. It's like, oh, you transfer the one you caught in second generation. It's like, no, I caught this one legit, and no one's going to believe you. Because that's, the red Gyarados is the one always shiny Pokemon that you can find in the games.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, can you transfer from second generation to third to fourth to fifth?
The only barrier you can't cross is second to third, from the old games at least. Once they added Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes, you can transfer from those to back and forth across the fourth generation. But pretty much every other generation gap they've managed to bridge.
Okay.
In some way or another. You can trade from the Game Boy Advance games, the third generation and the first generation remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green. If you have the old DS, which the DS or DS Lite, which had the Game Boy Advance socket on the bottom, because there's an area in the fourth generation called the PAL Park where you can transfer up to 6 Pokemon per day from the Game Boy Advance cartridges onto your DS game.
Which is cool.
Yeah, and then from there, there are ways to transfer them to the fifth generation. Then fifth generation is where they started Pokemon Bank, where you can upload them to an online cloud server and then download them to your most recent games.
I wonder how that feels for the Pokemon becoming Digimon for a little bit.
Yeah, well, technically they're digital because have you heard the theories about how Pokeballs work?
They scan them and break them down into binary code and put them in the ball and then reassemble them when you throw it.
I think something like that.
Okay,
and, the reason why Pokeballs are useless.
By that logic, there's a huge fucking amount of murder of Pokemon because when you break something down to its binary code and then put it in something, you've essentially killed it.
Yeah, Schrodinger's Pokeball. Is the EV alive? Is it dead? I don't know. Not until I release it. But
and it's a Magikarp. Damn it. Which then begs this question, okay? If they take
let's keep in mind this is canon. It's just fan theories of how Pokeballs work.
Yes, but if that is the theory, here's my problem with it, okay? Why would Team Rocket ever bother with trying to legitimately capture strong Pokemon or whatever the fuck when they could just go into the binary code and change it so that way so the next time they throw it, they get the Pokemon they want?
I'm not really sure. Again, there's more to it. It's more complex than just it's the Pokemon's binary code. Because you can just take a Pokeball, hack it, and rewrite whatever's inside it.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Or just input your own binary code from a server somewhere. But the Pokemon have memories and personalities, and they remember things when they're released. So it's more than just binary code, I think.
And Porygon.
Yeah, Porygon. There's some man-made Pokemon, but
Is there a Porygon 4 yet?
Nope, just Porygon Z is the part that's gone.
Oh, come on.
No, there's Porygon, then Porygon 2 with the upgrade, and there's the upgrade to upgrade the Porygon 2 into a Porygon Z, where it says
Porygon Z was a glitch. Apparently.
What it says is that the Pokédex description says that it was kind of similar to Porygon 2, they introduced software to make it perform better in battle, but it says, however, it started acting strangely.
Oh yeah.
So it worked. It's more powerful, but it's also kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty strong Pokemon, or at least it was when I raised it.
Can Porygon have kids?
I don't know. I have to look at the breeding charts.
I really don't want to imagine that.
Yeah, because I know there's a section of the breeding chart that says this Pokemon can't breed no matter what you put it with, even if you put it with a Ditto. Yeah. But I don't know if Ditto falls into that, or if it can still breed with a Ditto or itself.
I wish I had a pet Ditto.
Yeah, not as much as having a pet Eevee.
Well, of course having a pet Eevee would be cool. But like, if
Eevee's
they were
the
like,
best.
sorry, we're all out of Eevees, is this Ditto okay? I'd be like, sure, that'd be perfectly fine. And then like,
I remember seeing this little picture of like a girl holding an Eevee, and it said, or not an Eevee, but a Ditto, and there's like a little caption that said, I told her I could be anything she wanted me to be. She said she was happy with the way I was. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sweet.
my question is like, can Ditto lose a piece of itself and like still be okay?
I don't know. Never seen that happen in like the anime or anything.
Well, because this is my question: is that if you were to ask the Ditto to just not transform its entire body, but just a piece of its body into something, and then have it use the move Harden on it, so it's like solid, like super solid. Okay, could you then remove that from the Ditto's body? Okay, and then and then have the Ditto reform itself. Would the Ditto lose mass because of that, or would the Ditto find a way to substitute for the lost mass?
I'm not really sure. Cause, like I said, I've never seen in any kind of artwork a chunk of a Ditto being missing. Because it's not like it's... I mean, it's like a little blob Pokemon, but it seems to have some kind of cohesion. Like, it sticks itself together. It doesn't, like, lose pieces as it moves around.
Yeah.
But, that being said, I think the fan theory of Ditto, which has some credence to it, is that Ditto is actually a failed clone of Mew. Like when they're scientists trying to make Mew and they end up making Mewtwo off Mew's DNA, they tried to make clones of Mew first, but Ditto's a failed clone. The reason for that is partially just because they're similar shades of like the color is similar, but mostly it's because Ditto and Mew are the only two Pokemon in all of Pokemon that can learn to move transform. And it kind of makes sense also that Mew being the progenitor of all Pokemon, its DNA would have...
Except for apparently Arceus, or whatever the fuck the god Pokemon is.
That's like a big question. I forget what fans say about it, but it's almost like, which came first, the Mew or the Arceus? Because if all Pokemon descended from Mew, but Arceus is the creator of the entire Pokemon universe, then which one came first? But it's... basically, Mew's DNA has the code for every Pokemon that came after it, because it's the progenitor. I don't even know if that's the right use of the word or not, but... Because
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so because that explains why Ditto can turn to any Pokemon, because it has the code.
Predecessor is what
Yeah,
you're looking for.
predecessor. So because Ditto has that DNA, it was made from Mew's DNA, it has the code for all of the Pokemon, so it can transform into them. That's how the theory goes, at least.
Sure, why not? I do love that one episode of the anime where you had a Ditto who couldn't do the face.
Yeah. Like Team Rocket showed like a picture of it, pulled a book and it's like, here, turn to this, pointing to a picture of Dratini, and turned to the book. But it still had the face. Like across the two blank pages, you see this me kind of face. It was hilarious.
I love that one. I think it's great.
Yeah. I also remember an episode, like, do you remember the episode where this kid had an Eevee and his older brothers were telling him, you need to be a Jolteon or a Flareon or a Vaporeon, you need to pick one of them, and he just wanted to have an Eevee, he didn't want it to evolve.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to be an Eevee trainer. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're all perfectly cool with it. I was like, what?
Well, they weren't cool with it. They weren't cool with it at first. So maybe I'm mixing up that with, because I actually did read one or two of the Pokemon mangas, and I think I read the manga of that episode where it actually ended up being like, they weren't cool with it. They basically said, it came down to, if you can beat all three of our, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon in battle, then we'll let you keep it as an Eevee and you'll have to evolve it. Basically trying to prove that these evolutions are a lot stronger than Eevee. Yeah. And I think
that was in the manga.
Yeah, I remember that specifically, but I remember in the episode there was a point where Team Rocket actually took the Eevee, and then they got into argument over which one was best, which stone to use on it, because they also had the evolutionary stones.
Yeah.
And they got the smart idea to, hey, let's use all three at the same time and get one like Ultra Eevee evolution. And as a kid, I was like, A, does that work? And B, I want to see what happens if that does work.
Fucking Eevee comes out as like abomination.
Yeah. But I think it'd be cool though if you actually could see like a non-abomination like transformation that's all three Eevee evolutions at once.
I think it would be cool to have an abomination Eevee. Fucking just like it's like go buried alive.
Yeah. it just comes out as cries, kill me.
That's what I would name it. I would name it Buried Alive, and I'd go to fight other people with that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know about the Buried Alive creepypasta, right?
Maybe? You might have to remind me.
You're not getting the joke then.
You might have to remind me.
The whole idea is that it takes place in Lavender Town, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a Pokemon thing.
And the whole idea is that instead of fighting like ghosts and ghastly and shit like that in the Pokemon Tower, you're supposed to be fighting like zombies and shit.
Yeah.
And one of them was called like Buried Alive, and if you lost to it, like you would like the next thing you would see would be like your trainer being like eaten and dragged down into the depths while you heard this really disgusting noise. I was like, cool.
I think I did hear that story. I've heard a lot of.
I was like, that should be in the. That really should have been in the game. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of creepypastas about the Lavender Town. Like, it's always Lavender Town whenever it's my Pokemon, which makes sense, but. You know.
I love Lavender Town. Like, I always love. I never understood people who were just like, there's like, oh, Lavender Town syndrome. It gives you like migraines, it makes you go insane. I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure if you listen to this one song forever, it would probably, you know, have some kind of negative effects on you. But like, saying that these specific notes at, you know, like can affect the parts of the brain, I was just like, I don't believe that.
Yeah. Which actually, kind of going back to something that I mentioned earlier. I couldn't think of it at the time when I was doing the episode of the I Want to Be the Fan game. When you asked me like, did I ever have like an experience where I had that realization of you know, the mortality of life?
That things die.
Yeah. I think for me that moment actually was in Lavender Town. When I got to like the Pokemon Tower, and it's like this is a gravesite for Pokemon. I was talking to some of the trainers there, like I came here to pay respects for my Clefairy, and this one girl's like, oh my Growlithe, why'd you have to die? And so, like something, I remember like this is a very specific memory. Like something in me was affected by that.
I don't think she said why'd you have to die. I think she said like why'd you have to go, or something like that.
I don't know. That's one line.
I can't imagine like Nintendo at that time using the word die.
Oh, I mean the Pokemon faint, but fainting and death are two different things.
Yeah, I know.
Like I remember when you fight your rival. I remember the specific line he says like hey, your Pokemon aren't dead. I can at least make them faint.
See, now, what it reminds me of is that, did you watch Matt Pat's theory on, like, the Raticate?
Yeah, how that story is...
It's like he just swapped him out. It's like you didn't kill him, he just swapped him out.
Yeah.
I was like, I believe you, like, it makes perfect sense, but, I want to be dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's...
Speaking of tragedy,
great segue. Reminds me of, like, the segues that Colin Ryan did on Whose Lines Anyway, when they were doing, like, the radio show.
Oh, yeah?
I can't remember what they were specific, but, like, I gotta, like, look it up after this, because it was really funny, but, like, Ryan made this really ridiculous transition where he, like, talked about something unrelated, and they, like, kind of put the words together, and it's like, oh, it's this band. Like, it sounded kind of like the band, just barely. And it's like great segue, and then Colin started doing the same thing back to him, like 3 or 4 times in a row. I can't remember what he said. Like one of the bands he did that was like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
But it was some other ridiculous like phrase that sounded kind of vaguely like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like maybe if you heard it spoken from like
the other side of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, like if you could just hear, you might hear Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, oh, did you mention that band? It's like, no, I said this.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's talk about tragedy. Specifically, the tragedy of Undertale once the Tumblr community got their hands on it.
Why? What happened?
Okay, so...
I mean, I don't know if I'm aware of this or not, but I guess we'll find out.
I remember when Undertale first came out and whatnot, like a lot of people were like super hyped for it, and I was hyped for it because when Undertale first came out, I had already played the demo of Undertale.
I hadn't played the demo, but I had watched Skullboy play the demo, and I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, that was a really interesting game. I wonder what's going to come of it, and then I forgot about it.
It was a long time ago. Toby Fox, right? Toby Fox?
Yep, Toby Fox.
Yeah. He he had made the demo, and it got posted up on Flash on 4chan.
And this is some live streaming like picked it up and played it, and we're really impressed by it. And I think that's where it got a lot of attention for its Kickstarter.
It was really, really cool, and I remember playing it on 4chan, and it was super fun, and I was just like, oh, this is really cool. Like, what I do has consequences and stuff like that, and I can be kind of a dick and all this stuff, and like I can even die tutorial, you know? And I was like, cool, this is really awesome. And I remember having a great time, and then when it actually came out, I ended up playing through the whole thing.
Yeah. Which, by the way, just in case anyone hasn't played Undertale spoilers, maybe don't listen to this if you haven't played it yet, because it's best played if you don't know anything about it.
There's a couple things. There are a couple things here and there that I thought were really weird.
Yeah.
Like like for instance, when you're doing the pacifist playthrough, which is what I believe I did on my first playthrough, because it was like your recommendation.
Well, I said that if you don't go pacifist your first playthrough, then you're gonna have to play through the whole game a second time, whereas otherwise you can just load your save.
Anyways,
if you did pacifist on your first neutral playthrough, you know.
So I get to the point where I think it's like in the fire area or when and there's these two knights who are like stopping you and whatnot, and then like shit gets really warm, and then one of the knights has to like take off some of his armor.
Yeah, like you polish his armor so it doesn't.
Other knights like reacting to it. It's like, hey, just tell them how you feel and whatnot, and then like they go out and get like ice cream and whatnot. I was like, what the fuck was that about? Like I thought it was like completely fucking random. I was just like, what was that? Fuck it. And I just moved on. I was like, all right, cool. And a lot of stuff. And another thing that I like is like there's obviously a lot of fan art of shit like that. But with someone like the character of Frisk, Frisk, Char, whatever the fuck. For me, I never knew Frisk's gender or Char's gender, and I never cared to. But
that was one of those things that people praised it for, like saying, "Hey, you have a gender ambiguous main character."
Here's the thing, though. That's not something praiseworthy. It's just like because of the pixels and whatnot, you can't really tell what the gender is.
Yeah.
Which means that you shouldn't care.
Yeah. They also throughout the game they never referred to Frisk as either pronoun.
Yeah, they always call them as like a kid or something like that, which is fine because for me I didn't care.
Yeah, it's not really important because it's supposed to be like a.
Pyrus was just like human, because the whole thing is like it's like you're going off of your actions. Everyone is judging you by your actions and not by whatever the fuck gender you are.
Which part of that I think is because you're in a world of monsters where every monster looks different.
Yeah.
So they're used to a lot of diversity anyway.
And okay, whatever. Anyways, so Tumblr gets their hands on it and they start making like I'm bored. And they start making these comics about Undertale, and some of them are actually pretty charming and whatnot, pretty entertaining and whatnot. Like
I've seen a lot of different like fan pairings.
How like apparently like post-pacifist ending of Undertale, like Frisk goes to school, and because Frisk goes to school, like somebody's got to go with him for like parent-teacher conferences.
Wasn't that Sans who did that?
And like Sans does that, and then Sans ends up joining like the PTA. And like there's like some woman there who's like kind of like really condescending and whatnot, and Sans just has like really bad like puns for her that are also kind of burns, and I'm just like, oh, that's pretty cool. And we just kind of moved on from that, and then like I check back on it later, and then Sans is just like it's like the same thing happens, and he ends up making like a fucking pun or something like that's like, you know, one of his bad puns that's also a diss, and then he's like, also, if you ever misgender Frisk again, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's completely out of character. Like, and I really hate that. This is one thing that I always really hated, is when they would take a character who already had a personality and everything like that, and they just twist and warp it to their own thing.
Yeah, maybe this is my perception of it, but I feel like people who like portray the rage of Sans have the character completely wrong. Like maybe it's just me because like you can go through and go for like as close as possible to a genocide playthrough without actually being genocide. You know, kill everyone except for like maybe one creature in the last area, so you don't get the full genocide. Yeah. And he will not attack you. You can kill his brother, and he will hate you for it, but he'll also understand if you're like trying to defend yourself. Yeah. He's one of those chill characters that you could possibly meet, and the only reason he attacks you in the genocide route is because he knows that you're not human. You're a threat to every living thing, and that he needs to stop you. He needs to stop not caring.
Yeah.
He can't give up on this because it's important to stop you. And even then, when you approach him, he gives you a chance to turn back and walk away. Like he says, if you take one more step, you're really not gonna like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
He warns you. Then in the middle of the fight, he gives you another chance to give it up. With that whole line after he dunks on you, he's like, if we're really friends, you won't come back. And what he means by that is like if the player's really friends, if they really mean that, they're not going to reload the save and try to fight again. They're going to leave if they really meant that they don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Which, Sans is an aggressively patient person.
And even when he's fighting you, like you never see him like get like furious with you. He never
Yeah.
gets enraged. And it's like, whenever I see that, like, Sans snapping when he sees his brother's dead, or having this, like, hidden rage, and I'm like, no, that's not who he is.
No. It's an interesting idea,
Yeah.
but it's not the character. And
I like the fan idea, like, if Sans and Papyrus were reversed, where if you killed Sans first and then you meet Papyrus, how he
Yeah.
has, like, a genocide fight, and, like, the person suggests that maybe it's, like, because Papyrus cares so much for his brother that he might actually feel hatred.
Yeah.
But he's such a happy-go-lucky guy that it would take the death of his brother for him to feel that and to activate his magic eye.
yeah, which is, again, it's an interesting idea, but it's like not what happens.
Yeah, it's not what happened. It's just an interesting fan idea.
And don't even get me started on the fucking crack pairings and whatnot. It reminds me of when I was in the MLP community, and still not ashamed about that. And
Yeah, well, it's nothing to be ashamed about.
If people would have these crack pairings of like their OC and a member of like the important cast, which I'm like, cool if it's side characters, just whatever. If it's like one of the main characters, I'm like, sure, whatever. But my problem is when you pair up your OC with one of the main characters or one of the antagonists or one of the side characters, and they're fucking like their character is established.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Big Macintosh in MLP up to like I think it was the 3rd season that I watched. He said like a total of like a dozen words.
Yeah. Didn't you tell me that most of his dialogue was either yep or nope?
Yeah, most of his dialogue was yep and nope, and then there was like one episode where like the 3 little girl characters. One of them was the little sister of Applejack, and then Big Mac and Applejack are like brother sisters. So like it's like these 3,
Yeah.
and like she's trying to find like some forgiveness for whatever the fuck it was that she did. I can't remember what it was. It's just like Applejack, aren't you gonna talk to me? And Applejack's like, nope. And it's like, are you still mad? He's just like, yep. And then Big Macintosh comes in. He's like, you should all be ashamed of your like they kind of switched roles.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was funny. I thought that was really clever.
It reminds me of the.
But like I hate the stuff where it's like oh. This person's original character shipped themselves with Big Macintosh. Okay, cool. So let's see the dynamic between someone who doesn't talk a lot and whatever the fuck your OC is, and like fucking Big Macintosh has this fucking 6-paragraph long fucking monologue or whatever the fuck, talking. I was like, that's not him.
Yeah, if you're going to do crack shift like that, you need to keep the character's personalities intact, or else you're.
Yeah,
you're just rewriting everything.
And they're like, well, this is my story, so I'm going to do what I want. It's like, you're right. And this is my opinion. I'm going to say what I want. And my opinion is that your OC, your fucking story is shit.
I mean, I haven't read a lot of fan fiction for whatever fandoms have been. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of experience, but from what little I have read, I've seen that problem a lot where like the characters, like some of the stories I didn't like were ones where the characters just they weren't themselves. Yeah. It's like this is not how this character reacted to the situation.
It's like like for instance, Scott was like really big into like Naruto and whatnot, and
there's a lot of fan work in that. I'm pretty aware of it.
Absolutely, and in Naruto, there's a group called the Akatsuki. For those of you that don't know, and in the Akatsuki, you've got like all these ninjas who are like super powerful ninjas who are like wanted by their respective kingdoms. And they are so dangerous that anyone who sees them, no matter what member of a ninja kingdom that they're part of, is to apprehend them. Like these people are so dangerous, they have united the villages of the ninja kingdoms.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, so these people are a threat. These people are a huge threat, and out of the entire group, there's one character in there. Her name is Conan, and like she's the only female member of the group, but she was one of the founding members of the group.
Yeah.
And people make these like fucking things where it's like, oh well, my OC became a member of the Akatsuki. It's like, okay, cool. How did they become a member of the Akatsuki? What did they do to their home village to label them as a traitor or a criminal? How did they escape? What's their special ability and whatnot, and whatnot. The first 2 are never answered. The third one, what's their special ability, is being a Mary Sue. And the fourth one, how did they join the Akatsuki? It's because Conan wanted another girl around. What? That's not her character!
Yeah. It's very shallow.
Granted, you don't get a lot of fucking character from like Mary from Mary Sue in the first place, but as well as like you don't get a fuck ton of character from Conan, like not as much as you get from like fucking Naruto, because Naruto's the goddamn main character, obviously, but like you get a sense that Conan is. She has a lot of respect for the founding members of the Akatsuki. Some of the newer members who join, she's kind of got a bit of a wary eye towards them, but she realizes that because they're a member of the Akatsuki, like, they need to trust each other.
Yeah.
Because nobody else has their back and whatnot. And like it's an interesting group dynamic. Fucking work with that.
Yeah.
It drives me up the wall so much when I read bad fan fiction, and even worse when I read like something like bad creepypastas. Like, I like creepypastas. You fucking read a good creepypasta, you're like, I'm gonna get fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of the things where like I don't like shit like for instance, Jeff the Killer, one of the most famous creepypastas there is out there. Jeff the Killer, I really don't like him all that much because of what it is that has been created from him. There are so many spin-off creepypastas basically saying like, oh, this character followed in the footsteps of Jack and is now this, or there's another character whose name is, I can't remember the fuck what her name is, but Jane the Killer, that's it. Jane the Killer. Her whole thing is that while Jeff was out murdering things, Jeff murdered Jane's parents, and so Jane has like this vengeance plot to go and kill Jeff. I was like, cool, that's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What is Jane like? How did this affect her? And everything like that. Jane, although her title is The Killer, has killed no one.
Yeah.
She has killed absolutely no one. The only thing that she's been doing is just been staying on the tracks of Jeff the Killer.
Yeah. It sounds like it should have been named like Jane the Hunter or something like that.
Yeah, something Jane the Hunter. That sounds awesome. Like she's someone who hunts serial killers.
I'm kind of disappointed they didn't go for the name Jill. For the old nursery rhyme Jack and Jill.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But Jane's close enough.
And don't even get me started on this one creepypasta called Clockwork.
Sorry, can I say that real quick?
Can I just tell you how stupid this is first, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Clockwork follows the story of some bitch who went to the same school as Jack. As Jeff the Killer.
Yeah.
Jeff does his crazy fucking thing where he snaps, kills his parents, cuts out the eyelids of his eyes, and makes himself into a perpetual smile. That's what he does. Cool, whatever. All right. So now this crazy lady Clockwork, I don't remember what it is that's going on, but she's like the most fucking character. She's the one where she's dressed like an outcast, acts like an outcast, and is kind of viewed as an outcast, but everybody loves her.
Yeah. Somehow.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, let's suspend disbelief for a moment. Okay, so you dress like an outcast. Let's just assume that everybody thinks that looks cool. You act like an outcast. Everybody thinks that's cool, and you somehow have enough charisma points where everybody loves you. Okay, cool. We'll work with that. So this creepypasta, where are we going with this? So you continue to read, and as it goes on, you with Jeff doing his thing, whatever the fuck her name is, kind of end up idolizing Jeff for what it is that he does, to the point where she ends up killing her mom and dad, and cuts out her eye and replaces it with a clock. Why she does this is never explained.
Maybe they just did that in the hopes that someone do like some fan art for it, like on DeviantArt or Tumblr or something. And
there are fan art of it, and yeah, she does look kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
but then when you hear the backstory, you're like, that's stupid.
Yeah, why would she do that?
Great way to murder your character. Yeah, they look great. Why do they look like this? Because she thought it'd be cool. Well, now they're stupid.
Yeah, it's like they took the character designs, like, hey, I'm gonna make a story about this character without thinking about like how this happened. Just like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, we need to figure out how to get a clock in place of her eye. She'll just do it because it's cool.
It's stupid. I hate it. I hate bad creepypastas. I really do. Great creepypastas are fantastic, like Candle Cove and shit. And the Russian sleep experiment. God damn, that one fucking haunts your dreams.
Yeah. Anyways, so what I was gonna say before is I like how you say, "Don't get me started on this," then you get into it. Don't get me started on Clockwork. So there's this character. Like, I thought you didn't want to get started on it, but I was gonna say earlier is you said
I
something.
can go into more detail of Clockwork, but I won't. It's just it's just ridiculous and like you ever find yourself doing this real quick? Wait, out of curiosity, on the opposite side of the year, do you find yourself looking forward to the holiday?
What you mean, like
July is the opposite of December, right?
I think it's June, but it's like 6 and 12. So
anyways, when you're on the opposite side of the year, like for instance June, July, somewhere around there, and then you start looking forward to Christmas. I know you fucking love Christmas. You've always loved Christmas.
Yeah, like sometimes there'll be a point like around summer where I'll just have this random thought, like a line from a Christmas song will pop into my head, and like I want it to be Christmas now.
See, for me, like there isn't like a particular holiday that I love, because most of the time holidays are just really annoying.
Yeah, for me, you mentioned before that SoccerCon is like Christmas to you.
Yeah, because SoccerCon is like celebration and happiness and fucking people coming together and celebrating, you know, like fucking having similar goddamn interests. I have no other holiday for that.
Yeah.
Fucking Halloween, candy and dress up. Well, I like both of those. Candy, I can't walk around and ask for candy anymore. I'm 26 years old. Wait, 25 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
I always feel like I'm older than I am.
Yeah, so I turned 26 last month.
Yeah, so I'm 25 years old. I can't do that anymore. But I do like to dress up.
Yeah.
But like I'll dress up as something and people don't know what I am. And I'm just like, damn it doesn't work.
Like that time you wore just like a trench coat and a hat to SoccerCon. It's like, hey, you're the doctor. And it's like, sure. That wasn't your plan, but you went with it.
To be fair, like I didn't have a spot on thing. People were like, are you the doctor? And I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah, I know the first day you were trying to go as Hasima.
And one person asked me if I was Inspector Gadget. I was like, you know what? I'm Inspector Gadget now.
I also remember like the time we went to SoccerCon together. One of the days you just wore like a stack of 3 hats, a Venetian mask, and your trench coat. I was like, what are you trying to achieve?
And I always wanted somebody to ask me what I was, and I had the response ready. I was like, I'm that guy from Naruto episode 46 in the background at 22 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be fun to dress up as a really obscure character that one of the most even the most diehard fans wouldn't know who you are.
Eagle-eyed.
Yeah, like you have to be like pausing, like one of those crowd scenes where everyone's running away from some big threat in the city, and there's like this one character who only appears for like 2 frames. It's like, yeah, I'm that guy.
I'm that guy. Good times.
It's like that. I think what was it? Vic Mignogna? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The guy who plays Edward Elric and does a lot of anime voice acting.
Wait, what's his name? Say it again.
Vic. His last name's like Mignogna or something like that.
Vic Mignogna.
Mignogna. Okay. I always get that confused. It's really, I don't know.
Vic
Anyway, so he actually, my brother actually bought an album that he put out, and one of the songs that was Soldier A, which is basically about the, doing voice acting for characters that just die. Like doing a lot of death sounds. Like I think the first line was like Soldier A, the unsung hero of anime. And it's like Soldier A, he only has one life to save the day. I'll show you that song after this podcast.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, which
I love the idea of just like fucking shit. This goes way out at like like a fucking whole fucking like eulogy level of like fucking. Do you remember when I told you about that game where like there was a character Kevin, but you only knew him for like two fucking seconds?
I think his name was actually Kyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kyle. I think it was Kyle. And you're just like, we're like, great.
Like all the characters had like Japanese names, or like at least like like medieval names.
It's like the girl's name was like Kasumi, and the main guy's name was like Edge Maverick or fucking.
And then he's like, this one guy's named Kyle.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that dies like 2 seconds in. And everyone's like, Kyle. And it's like, I don't know this character. Why are you guys getting so worked up about it? I know you know them, but
they're all super sad. It's like, we're gonna do this for Kyle. I was like, who the fuck was Kyle?
Yeah. I feel like that's one element that some stories need to work on is get if you want your readers or your players to care about a character, you need to like be most invested in the character's death.
Care.
Yeah, like get them to love the character, then kill them, and then they're like, no, and they'll be like with the they'll be even more united with the group.
I think the best example is actually like in the anime you and I have been watching fairly recently, which is Seven Deadly Sins. But by the way, before we're watching that, we're watching Konosuba. If you haven't seen Konosuba, go fucking watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's basically the way
It made me laugh.
yeah, I found out about it because there was like some article online that said Konosuba is like a drunken game of D&D. And it's like, I'm listening.
And so
That's pretty much what it's like. It's like if they were like real life D&D campaign that they were going on.
It's super great. Anyways, so we were watching the Seven Deadly Sins, and I know Seven Deadly Sins has been out for a little while. I think it was out in 14, 15, somewhere around there.
Not super long. I know it was
Yeah.
one of the first Netflix original anime.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a pretty good anime. I don't hate it. But
We're still watching, so you haven't seen the end, but yeah.
There's a character in it where like she's got like this pretty long black hair, and she's like a member of the Knights, and she's got Brock eyes essentially.
But yeah, she never opens her eyes.
Yeah. And like that's her thing, and she comes across as like this sadistic, very very like condescending kind of fighter who's like all about like she needs to do what she needs to do to get done with it, and like you just kind of treat her like every other villain up until that point where you're like, oh well, you're just a bad person, and then an episode comes around where you go into her personal life and you realize that she's like that she basically has the life of like a single mother where like she's like she has to raise her little brother and try to protect him and all this stuff and all this shit.
On top of that, her father had been like disgraced in the Knights for some reason or other.
And I've been, like,
So now she's become a holy knight in order to like
fix that.
Yeah, or to like redeem her family name and to show that. You know.
And immediately I was just like, no, don't make her relatable, because now I like her.
That's exactly how I felt.
It's like at the time we were like, oh well, you're just like you're just a fucking bitch, and then like later on you're like, damn it, you're a relatable bitch.
Though I did love how she analyzed in battle and stuff, like the giantess like uses like her earth powers to turn the ground below her into quicksand. He's like, we can also do this, by the way. And she's like, oh, I see. Very informative. As she's like sinking into the quicksand.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like I love people who can just keep calm and analyze shit.
Yeah, kind of like I mean, I don't want to go into spoilers too much, but kind of like when you finally meet the character Gother. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, where he's like, it's like, what are you doing there? Is that a greeting?
It's for perverts.
That's a great thing. Anyways, so how long have we been talking now? About an hour?
Yeah, it's been about an hour. We should probably give our last thoughts, which I have one thing I want to mention.
No, I've been talking for too long for you to talk down.
You need to have the majority.
Okay,
Okay,
I've got a
two
perfectly
things.
balanced.
Two things. First off, there's something I was going to say a while back, but we kind of moved on from there.
Yeah.
It was back when we were talking about Big Mac from My Little Pony.
Oh yeah.
And how he doesn't say much. For some reason, it made me think of the character from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the character Longshot.
Oh, yeah.
The archer who never says a word, and but everyone knows exactly. Like he just looks at them, and everyone. It's like he just spoke to them.
Yeah.
I think Jet turns to him. He's like, what do you think, Longshot? He just looks at him. He's like, I can respect that. It's like he didn't say anything, and that's like the running joke.
And then he finally talks, and then you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, he has a voice. I just thought of that randomly. And the other thing was, you ever notice how almost every anime, especially like shonen anime, have like some little mascot character that's usually just to be annoying, but I guess someone likes it, so they keep putting him in.
Yeah, kinda. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's 100%, but like a good portion of them.
I hate those things. Like for instance with like the closest thing that I can think of is that like in Seven Deadly Sins you got the pig. I'm thinking like in Bleach you got Kyon, who's like this fucking like stuffed animal kind of thing. I'm looking at like something like Naruto, and I got nothing on that one.
Yeah, which I will give credit to Seven Deadly Sins though. What I was going to say is, yes, the character Hawk, the little talking pig, is kind of your annoying sidekick. But I feel like they also know that some people are annoyed by that, because Hawk gets kicked around quite a lot.
Yeah.
So if you want to get to hurry up to get through me, and just punch him across the room. You used to see him like watching like bounce off the floor and ceiling for a while.
Well, one thing I do like is when they added when Hawk was like running at full speed, like they're just going pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I'm just like,
yeah.
That must have been weird to do in the goddamn recording studio.
Yeah.
Good times. All right, I believe that should wrap it. That should wrap us up.
Yeah, we've been talking for at least an hour now. I think more than an hour.
Final thoughts. If you guys take anything away from this podcast, it's remember to eat your vegetables.
Remember to brush your vegetables and eat your teeth. I feel like I heard that somewhere. I don't remember where.
It's this thing where it's like if you believe in yourself, brush your milk, drink your teeth, and it's like Mr. T getting everything backwards. I just like the drink your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, one thing I completely forgot. Okay, real quick, this is my last thing. Okay, you ever talk to somebody and you notice that they're like missing teeth?
Not recently, but kind of, maybe.
Okay. For me, that is really annoying. Like, I don't mean to be like, oh, it puts me at edge. No, because
there are a lot of irrational things that can just annoy you for no reason.
Absolutely.
It doesn't mean that you think yourself better. It's just like, that's really annoying.
Like the Zenyatta orbs.
Oh yeah, we had conversations about that where I'm just like, you were the only person who would A, notice that, and B, be annoyed by it. Do you want to see if anyone else agrees with you?
Okay, so...
I remember exactly how it goes.
Okay, so for those of you guys that have played Overwatch, you guys know that everybody has infinite ammo, of course, and
you have to reload, but
a lot of people have ammo that's respective to how it is that their bullet works. Like for instance, Lucio has 20 shots in his sound gun, but it fires at 4-round bursts, so it's like 4. He has to reload.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Zenyatta, around his neck, has these orbs, and then he fires projections of the orbs as attacks. And Zenyatta has 20 shots, but he only has 9 orbs around his neck.
Yeah.
Which, like, when I noticed that, I was just like I was sitting down, you know, looking at the Overwatch screen, seeing Zenyatta kind of do his little poses and whatnot while he's on the title screen, and I went, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, because that means that he has 18 shots and he has to reuse 2 of his orbs.
Which just annoys me.
It's like all 9 of his orbs get used twice, except for 2 of them get used 3 times before he has to reload.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's when you told me that, and I'm just like, you were the only person that would notice that and be annoyed by it. At least the only person I know. I'm sure there's other people online who... You should make a Reddit post on like the Overwatch Reddit and see if anyone agrees with you, or see what people say about it.
Like if they were to nerf Zenyatta to 18 orbs because of it, I'd actually be kind of happy.
Yeah, it's like that uncontrollable OCD level of things, where it's like, this bugs me, but it doesn't actually affect the game that much.
Or if they were to just like swap out Zenyatta's model with an extra orb.
Yeah, just give him 10 orbs. Blizzard, get on it.
Blizzard, please.
And while you're at it, Zathos would like you to remove the priest class.
That being said, I also love the emote for Zenyatta when all of his arms are clapping and then
that's the best.
Bumps one of the arms.
Yeah.
That one, I just love the fist bump at the end. It's just like it's like a program. It's like a robot can program himself to do anything. Teaches himself to fist bump himself.
Yeah.
And my other favorite one is the taunt when he's like and he goes right back to him sitting for a fucking peaceful and shit. I'm like, that's too funny. It just it just happens so quickly.
Yeah.
I love Zenyatta, and I love listening to Zenyatta. I think that's one of the most, like, the number one reason why it is that, like, I like playing Zenyatta.
Yeah.
If you're, like,
it's got a very soothing voice.
If you're feeling tilted, just play Zenyatta. Zenyatta will calm your ass the fuck down.
We are all one within the iris.
And he's like, pain is an excellent teacher. I was like, you're not wrong.
Yeah. and then if you want to either feel awesome or cringe a lot, play Reaper. Mr. Edgelord.
Just press Q. This is my curse. Reaper, you can't. Reaper, stop it. I can't work with you when you're like this.
Like I just like every time I respawn as Reaper, I just like burst into laugh. I start chuckling. And it's like, this is so edgy. It's ridiculous. But then there's like there's a group of people like like people who tend to be like middle of high school who are like going through their edgy period where it's like, oh, this is so awesome. I love wearing all black and playing Reaper.
So
and
deep.
Yeah, this character gets me.
Have you seen the picture where it's like 6 Reapers and it's like, well, we definitely got the edge on this one.
Yeah, you showed me that.
I laughed harder at that than I ever should have.
Yeah. I love, we could do a whole episode talking about communities.
You know what's worse than Reaper mains? Genji mains.
Yeah, especially because a lot of the Genji mains are like, oh, cool, cyborg ninja, let's play him. And he's like one of the hardest characters to understand and master.
I love this one. I love this one.
I played him. I'm starting to get a handle on how he works, but I still don't consider myself a good Genji player.
I saw this picture, where it wasn't this picture, it was a source filmmaker thing, where it's like, it's showing like everybody, it's like, I'm doing my part, says Tracer, it's like, I'm doing my part, says, like Soldier 76, it's like, I'm doing my part, says Lucio, and then Genji's like, I'm doing my part, and then, like, everybody laughs at him.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so fucking right.
Yeah. But speaking of, you talk about Zenyatta, I just reminded of that short, like, Overwatch animation about the payload.
Payload.
It's like, yeah, it's like, payload? They're not getting away on my watch. James, love the cavalry. No. The sniper over. Sniper, say that.
Everyone is, the payload moves like a stone.
Yeah. The payload moves like a stone.
And it fucking freezes him, and it's just like, and she fucking misses and kills someone anyway.
Yeah, kill someone off in the background.
And finally kills him, and then she's like, just do a little dance. It's like, boo, boo. That's the worst feeling when you're stuck as the support and you have to push. You know what's even worse when you're Pharah and you have to push the damn fucking payload. You're just like, come on, I need to be in the sky.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of times I'll be playing and like, everyone just rush ahead, and I'll be with him, and I'll be like, I'll look at the top and like, no one's on the payload. Well, I guess it's my job now because no one else is going to do it.
And you're like, boy,
it doesn't matter who I am. I'll just be like Diva, and I'm like, I should be up there like tanking. Like now that I can actually use my, bullet like absorption abilities like more effectively. I should be up there absorbing shots and.
That thing is such a pain. But does Diva get any ult meter for blocking or no?
I don't know. I haven't tested that.
I would like to think that she doesn't, because she can activate it at will.
Yeah, I mean, does Reinhardt get ult for blocking?
He gets fire. He gets fire points for like, I am on fire.
Yeah, Diva probably gets the same as Reinhardt in that sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Reinhardt gets any ult for blocking. I don't think he does, but like his swings do so much damage that like he gets a pretty good chunk of ult for each swing.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying just a minute ago, we could do a whole episode on communities, because I love communities. That's what kept me in League of Legends for so long. Is even though I didn't really care for playing the game, you know, even now like, I don't play the game, but I still love staying up to date and like seeing all the fan art and all the characters and everything.
Oh god, don't even get me started on the art community of fucking League of Legends. Like you probably don't see as much shit that I do, but some people like are really good with art.
Yeah, well, you send me a lot of stuff, and I still see a league picture every now and then, even though.
I'm like, hey, check this out, and then you're like, ooh. Like.
Yeah, but I love like their established characters, like in Overwatch, for example, especially because there aren't as many characters as there are in League.
Yeah.
But you have Overwatch, you have all these characters that are established, but then you have like the fan translations of these characters, like Reaper being like this really dark assassin, but it's like everyone's like edgelord. And it just sticks.
And like Soldier 76 being dad, and then and Mercy being mom, and I love that stuff. And now like because Anna's in there, Anna is now grandma.
Yeah.
It's just like I love the thing where like Anna gives Diva like a candy, and she's like shit, and Diva's like fuck yeah, grandma's candy.
Yeah.
And it's the little strawberry fucking candy, the one. Oh god,
the one that every grandma ever gave to their grandkids.
Oh my god, I fucking love those candies. Those candies are dope.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like I may have had one at some point, but I remember seeing them all the time. But I don't remember ever eating one.
See, this is the thing. I would rather have that strawberry candy than like a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls are fucking garbage.
Yeah, I ate them as a kid, but I never really liked them.
Except for the Tootsie Logs. You know, the Tootsie Logs, the one where they have like this cardboard fucking thing to keep them in place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, those things are amazing. You ever dunk a Tootsie Log in hot chocolate?
No, but it sounds good.
Go do that. I'll wait.
No, I'm not gonna get that.
That's the rest of the podcast. It's just this long ass fucking pause. And you just hear like the microwave and shit like that as you're making hot chocolate.
So you just hear me in the back and it's like, be right back. Gotta go to the store and get some Tootsie Rolls.
And then it's just me, super fucking quiet, just waiting.
Just like torturing Quincy.
Yeah.
So tune in now for like 30 minutes of Zathos torturing Quincy.
By the way, if you guys want to hear me torture Quincy, hang on, Quincy, do you want to get tortured?
He's like, please no.
See, Quincy, I'm gonna say
please
this
keep
right
in mind for any of you who are
that nothing I do here hurts Quincy. It just annoys him. Okay.
Yeah, and
So-
he plays back. I think, like, does his tail wag when you torture him like that?
Yeah, his tail wags.
Yeah, so it's the kind of thing he's enjoying. He's like, I'm gonna get you, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's like when puppies play. So what I do here is that I've got my left hand on his chest and then my right hand on his shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Now you can do this with your kids as well if you have any, but like he's right now on a bed, and so I am going to just start bouncing him on the bed.
Yeah.
And as I do this, he's gonna go.
Yeah. Sometimes he'll do like rapidly, and it's like.
Yeah, hang on, let me see if I can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of this hurts him. He just he just shows me his teeth and wags his tail.
Yeah, and then you say like one straight words like want to go for a, you're like walk, and it's like his teeth immediately go away.
Like, do you want to go for it? If I call him a good boy, if I just say that he's a good boy, his teeth just gone.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that should wrap this up. So thank you everybody so much for watching.
Thank you for listening to our random ramblings for a good hour plus. I think it's been like an hour and I don't know, like an hour and 10 minutes, something
Here's
like that
my
now.
challenge to you.
Hour
What was
20.
our first subject we talked about? Not you, Corey, but to the people watching, what was the first subject we talked about?
Without going to the beginning of the video.
Yeah, without going to the beginning of the video, what was the first thing we talked about? Because I don't remember.
I'd be impressed if you actually knew.
If you do remember, you should be a court stenographer.
Yeah, sure.
That's the person who takes down what everybody says in the courtroom.
Yeah, I love the fact that you should have to be a really fast typist.
They actually cheat. So some have like this special keyboard.
That lets them type faster or something.
Yeah. Hey, it's Ty's birthday.
Yeah, I remember hearing like the reason why we have like the QWERTY keyboard format is like with old typewriters they used to be just like alphabetical, and people got so fast typing with them that they'd actually jam the typewriters.
Yeah, so they had to like fix that.
They'd like mix up the letters so people would have to like relearn it and wouldn't be so fast. Now that we have keyboards that don't jam, it doesn't matter how fast you go.
Okay, well I have to pee now, so come on, Corey, let's wrap this up.
All right, thank you all for listening in, especially if you just tuned in. Like we're always looking for people who enjoy listening to us ramble.
Yeah. Go check out go check out my stream. It's twitch.tv/Zathos. I stream weekly, sometimes more often than that. Actually, a lot of times more often than that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like follow him because he streams whenever he feels like it.
Yeah,
but
I don't have a schedule.
He tends to play Bloodborne, Dark Souls. Sometimes he'll stream our D&D sessions. That's always fun.
Which is always great. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you all so much for watching. My name has been Zathos.
And I'm Solanima.
And we will see you guys, I don't know, next time.
I mean, we'll have another podcast next month, as always. Hopefully we'll start our next... yeah, that's one thing I'm sorry, I wanted to say this at the beginning of the podcast, but I forgot about, is I wanted to congratulate us on finishing our first escort missions.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. We played Resident Evil 5. It was a fantastic experience. I remembered a lot of good times that I had with it.
Hopefully once I figure out what Zathos is going to play, or what we can play co-op, I'll have that same experience. Like, oh, I remember this part. This is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Anyways, I'm gonna go pee. You can finish the outro. Gotta go.
Okay. I'll see you all next time.